This is the 2026 Toyota Crown Limited. Is it better than the Honda Accord Hybrid Touring? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're at Yoakum Toyota in Shreveport, Louisiana to go over the particulars on this Crown. If you want to know more about it, check out the link in the description of the video. When it comes to the differences, there's a big difference when it comes to the overall exterior design. A lot of people expressed their dissatisfaction with the design of the 11th generation of the Accord. You're not going to find much out there that competes with the Crown that has a more unique exterior design. We'll start out here with our LED headlights and our LED daytime running lights. I like the overall design of the LED lighting. We're going to have a small upper and lower grille area, and then this area right here, being that this is a hybrid model, we're going to try and keep the battery charged up as much as possible to keep those electric motors available to use if you want to go that direction. And that's going to explain why you don't have your typical grille design here. Trying to cut down on drag, improve aerodynamics, a good thing. Something you will not find on any Accord is something you have here, and that's going to be on-demand all-wheel drive. There is no Accord model of any trim level in this day and age that offers all-wheel drive. In this case, we're going to have the 19-inch wheels, and the side view mirrors have every feature I know a lot of you are looking for on your vehicles. Turn signal indicators built in, they're heated, they're power adjustable, your blind spot monitoring built in right there, and we can use this control right here to show that they're also going to be power folding. And something else you will not find with the Accord is going to be a panoramic sunroof. A lot of people express that that is what they are looking for. They prefer not to have the conventional size sunroof. And here is your remote. We'll turn around and take advantage of the sunlight out here. You can see that you have lock, unlock. You have the button right there to pop the trunk open, and you have your panic button. Nice remote. And a real nice, sleek look overall with the way everything ends up here on the rear. We're going to have our LED tail lights, and we didn't talk about it on the front, but you're going to have it there. We're going to have sensors on the front and the rear, as you can see right here. Got Toyota Safety Sense, all those great features, the Toyota logo and Crown logo. You can see that it is an HEV all-wheel drive, and the Limited logo. Motivation to get this Toyota Crown down the road comes from a combination of a 2.5 liter four-cylinder and dual electric motors, putting out 236 horsepower, mated to an eCVT. On the Accord Hybrid, you're going to have a 2-liter four-cylinder engine with dual electric motors, 204 horsepower. Both will have an eCVT as the transmission. MPGs on the Crown come in at 42 city, 41 highway, 41 combined, and 2.4 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And how about the Accord Hybrid MPGs? 51 city, 44 highway, 48 combined, and 2.1 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And here's an interesting difference. With the Toyota Crown, to gain access to your 14.5 gallon gas tank, you're going to have to come right here. You can deal with it when you're hopping out of the interior. Push that button and the gas door opens. And why is that different? Well, the Accord Hybrid has a 12.81 gallon gas tank, and to gain access to it, you don't have to push a button. You just come back here and you push on the gas door. However, when you lock the interior of the Accord, the gas door will lock at the same time. On a full tank of gas in the city with the Toyota Crown, you can drive 609 miles. Out on the highway, you should get about 594 miles out of a full tank of gas. And the difference when we compare to the Accord Hybrid is 589 miles on a full tank of gas in the city and 525 miles out on the highway. The Accord does win out when it comes to maximum cargo capacity at 16.7 cubic feet compared to 15.2 cubic feet. On both models, you can pull on the releases right here to maximize your cargo space by folding down the rear seats. But something you will not find, although you can buy aftermarket with the Accord Hybrid, is a spare tire. It does not come with one from the factory. But you can see that you will find a spare tire with the Toyota Crown. The interior in this Crown looks very nice. It looks high-end. I like the space with the armrest. It's nice and flat. That's good. You have your heated seat control right here. We're going to have that on both sides for the outboard seats. And there is that panoramic sunroof, and I know a lot of you would like to see available with the Accord, but you can't get that at this point. When I hop inside, it is very easy to get in here and gain access to all of our different features and functionality. You're going to have your rear seat pockets on the back of both seats, air conditioning vents, and USB connectivity on the rear of the center console. And you can't adjust the seating position here as far as your recline goes, but there is some recline built into these back seats and the seat backs. And we'll fold down the armrest with the cup holders built in. For those looking for the larger armrest, it's going to be found here on the front doors. A little more space there, and with the door bend, the Toyota Crown logo on the door sills. But the main difference here, while you can have a power passenger seat with the Accord Hybrid Touring, there is no Accord or any Honda model that allows to be able to do this, to raise and lower the height of the passenger seat. And I'd say the biggest difference is going to be the sticker price. We're looking at $49,770 on this Toyota Crown Limited at Yoakum Toyota. You're going to be around $40,000 on the Accord Hybrid Touring. Let's see what else you get for that price as far as this model goes. Now, one thing that will be the same between the two is that even with a power passenger seat, you don't have lumbar support on the passenger side on either model, but you do have lumbar support here on the driver's side with both models. And we'll have our seat memory here on the driver's side door, all of our controls for our power mirrors. You can lock and unlock your power windows and door locks, and you have your controls for your power windows right here. And a little difference as well when it comes to some of the lighting we can turn on right here as far as your auto high beams go. Here you're going to control the same thing on both models for your headlights and your turn signal indicators if you choose to use those when you're out driving around. Hopefully you do. And also your wipers right here. When it comes to the driver's display, and I apologize for the glare, just kind of hard to get away from today, but we'll give you the best look we can. But there it is. It looks nice, it looks modern, and when you change your driving modes, you're going to see the differences down here on the bottom of the screen. It seems like the overall look of the car itself that's on the screen right there with the Toyota Crown should also change, but it doesn't. But you have normal, eco, sport, and custom as far as your driving modes go. You can also come down here and hit EV mode if you want to do that. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopically adjustable. It is manually adjustable, and you'll pull the lever right there to make that work. Put it back in place once you have everything where you want it to be. Our upper console, you can see what all is here. Here's where you're going to manage everything with your sunroof and the power shade for the sunroof. And then both cars have a 12.3-inch touchscreen. Personally, I think the Accords is a little bit easier to manage. Tell me what your thoughts are, although neither is bad. But you can see what is going on here as far as the different models go, as far as the overall look. I have done a lot of videos on a lot of Accords, so if you want to see that, I'll try and remember to link one down in the description of this video so you can check that out. When we go into reverse, you will find that you have a backup camera here. Only one view ultimately, although you can zoom in a little bit and change that out, zoom out. Depending on what you need to do there, you can also change how your trajectory lines look. The Accord does offer 3 different views with their multi-view rear view camera, but ultimately, I believe this gets the job done nicely. I do like the overall design of the Crown. In the interior, here is your control for the volume and turning your radio on and off, your dual zone climate control with heated and ventilated seats. Always nice to have those ventilated seats, especially for those of us that live in a warmer climate, as I do in Northwest Louisiana. Something I really like here about the Crown, in fact, let me pull my phone out so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about, is the design of the wireless charging pad and how it holds the phone in place as opposed to being flat where the phone can move around the way it is with the Accord. I think this is more effective in that respect. And we'll have our shifter right here, more of a traditional style shifter as opposed to push button. You're going to have your cup holders over here, a little bit of storage space here, and some USB connectivity. There's your power parking brake if you need to know where that is. And then we'll also find something that is not going to be found in the Accord, and that is that you can open the center console from two different directions, although with the Accord it opens this way instead. But I think this is maybe a little more effective. Tell me what your thoughts are on that subject. You also have the removable tray right here, and there is your overall space with a little bit more in the way of connectivity in the way of a 12-volt power outlet. And you'll also find more USB connectivity right there next to that 12-volt. And let's talk about driving this Toyota Crown. A very enjoyable experience. In fact, it's likely to be a little quicker than some people would expect. Not meant to be a hot rod just like the Accord Hybrid, but it does get down the road with no problems. And one thing you'll find here that I didn't mention earlier in the video that Honda does not offer is the built-in dash cam. If you noticed what's right here on the left-hand side of the mirror, I didn't talk about it earlier in the video, but that's what it is, a built-in dash cam. The overall driving experience is very enjoyable. It has a nice, comfortable ride quality. I think it rides a little better than the Accord. You need to drive these vehicles for yourself to draw your own conclusions. Everybody has different experiences with their daily drivers, and for me personally, I know that's part of what I filter my experience through. Just one of those things that happens as far as making these videos and doing the test drives. Easy to see out of, that's always a good thing. You do have a lot of the same features and functionality. You have Honda Sensing. Here you have Toyota Safety Sense, which is basically going to be the same features as far as your driving aids go. And let's do this. We're going to find out about our turning radius, which is going to be good and tight, and acceleration. Now I am in sport mode here. It actually gets down the road quite nicely. A very enjoyable vehicle to drive. Everything is easy to deal with, easy to get to, and easy to learn. So depending on your situation, your personal preference, I know some people are brand loyal. I can't blame you for that. But one way or another, I'm going to say that the Toyota Crown offers a very enjoyable driving experience, a little bit smoother ride quality. And with the all-wheel drive available here on the Crown that is not available on the Honda Accord, that's something that I know a lot of people are going to find very attractive. A lot of you have told me that you want all-wheel drive with an Accord. Well, that's one thing that you're not going to find there that you will most certainly find here with the Toyota Crown. Okay, tell me what you think. Which is better between the Toyota Crown and the Honda Accord Hybrid? I'm curious to know what your thoughts are and why you feel that one is better than the other. There are definitely pros and cons with each one. It really comes down to personal choice more than anything else. So tell me what your thoughts are down in the comments section. I'd like to say a special thanks to my friends at Yoakum Toyota here in Shreveport, Louisiana for loaning me this Crown for the day so I can tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you would please share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. If you'd like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.